No mai hoki mai. Welcome to In Case You Missed It. Ko tāne tōku ingoa. I hope you're enjoying the first week of the school holidays. Now let's take a look at the week that was. Israel Adesanya took on the current UFC middleweight champion Alex Pereira and finally reclaimed his UFC middleweight title with a dramatic knockout win in the second round. The win came after Adesanya lost his belt to Pereira late last year in the final round of their first clash in the UFC. It's been a busy week in space news with NASA unveiling its new Life on Mars simulation habitat. 4 volunteers will live for a year in 160 square meter space with 4 small rooms and a gym to test what life will be like on future missions to Mars. And in Europe, they're going looking for ET. That's right, next week, Europe's unmanned JUICE spacecraft blasts off on a mission to investigate the icy moons of Jupiter in search of extraterrestrial life. Now back home on Earth, much of the country got off to a wild start this week with tornadoes, lightning and thunderstorms causing havoc from Auckland to Nelson. In one night, there were 14,000 lightning strikes. In East Auckland, at least 50 homes were left damaged with wrecked roofs, fences downed and smashed windows.
Before we could even stand up from where we were sitting, the glass inside my dining area just smashed with a very loud bang.
Ka aroha. Now, something a bit more welcome flying through the air. Want a piping hot pizza delivered straight to your door? Well, if you live in Huntly, you just might be in luck. Domino's is starting the country's first pizza delivery by drone using a company called Skydrop. They had to get permission from the Civil Aviation Authority to make deliveries direct from store to door via the air.
The drones can't fly higher than 400 feet and they can't fly at night. But if you're hungry for some pizza during the day, you'll soon have drones flying direct from the store and lowering the food right outside your door.
Now, heroes come in all shapes and sizes, and this week in history, we celebrate a national hero who captured the imaginations of Kiwis all around the motu. I'm talking about Shrek the sheep. Now, in 1998, a flock of Otago merino sheep were rounded up for shearing. However, one decided he didn't want a haircut, gapped it, and found a cave to live in by himself. And no one noticed he'd gone until he was spotted wandering around the Otago hills, his woolly coat getting longer and longer as the years passed. Finally, after 6 whole years on the run, he was caught. By now, his wool was so long, he looked like a giant dirty cotton wool ball. So they named him Shrek and sheared off a massive 27 kgs of fleece, enough wool to make 20 suits. Now, from livestock to canines, have you ever wondered if dogs really understand us? How amazing are dogs? Dogs have been man's best friend since we can remember. The earliest evidence of humans having a pet dog dates back to the Paleolithic era, around 14,000 years ago. We know this because an ancient grave was discovered in Germany with a couple and their pet dog, who had been loved and well cared for.
Dinner time!
So if dogs have been our fur babies for thousands of years, it makes sense that they've learned how to understand us. But how? Firstly, dogs are extremely smart. They use their brains like human babies, using the left side of their brain to learn words and their meanings, while the right side interprets the emotion we show when we say them. Dogs watch our facial expressions, our posture, and body movements. They listen to the tone of our voice. They combine all of this to understand what we are communicating to them. If you sound and look happy and excited, then they know this is good.
Who's a good girl? Hey, who's a good girl?
If you sound and look angry, they know this is bad.
Who dug that? Did you dig that?
Scientists say that dogs may have the same intelligence and understanding as a 6 to 12-month-old human infant. Think about it. Both a dog and a human baby quickly grasp the meaning of no.
No!
When they do something naughty. And despite not being able to talk, dogs and babies communicate with us.
Ba 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 ba. Ba ba ba.
They make us understand with their whines, barks, and cries. So next time you say good dog to one of man's best friends, remember that he or she understands that you are happy with them, and that makes them happy too. Dogs really are amazing. Well, that's In Case You Missed It for this week. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back at the same time next week. Have a great weekend. E kona.